Hi, my name is Devin Dyson Randall, or DJR, and welcome to Queer Fudanshi. So let's talk. Today we are going to do a ramble time because it is Monday, and the random topic that I've decided to talk about is my top 10 favorite LGBT/BL movies and TV shows. This topic was actually brought up by a YouTube follower, a Prince Everett Jabonet. I apologize if I butchered that name. This actually happened because Princey, I hope you're okay with the nickname, Princey actually gave me a list of his or her favorite movies and TV shows, so I thought I would give my own in this post. So let's get started. Just so you know, video editor is kind of basic. I'm trying to fix that, but in the meantime, my audio might be a little mixed up. Hopefully that'll change in a couple days. Oh, and a heads up, if you guys want, I have in the blog post my general thoughts and feelings and what my personal stories are when I was watching these movies and TV shows for the first time. In this video, I'll just be talking about the premises of the movies. First, we have Were the World Mine. Were the World Mine is another gay movie that's about LGBT kids in high school. Particularly, it's about a high school boy who auditions for his high school play, which is Shakespeare's A Midnight Summer's Dream. And the play is funny because while he's auditioning and while he is practicing, he ends up finding this magical flower. And having been a gay boy who feels very much alone in his all-boys high school, he ends up flicking the flower at a bunch of the high school boys. The thing is, this flower is actually in the play. It's a flower that lets you make whoever fall in love with whoever. So he ends up making all the high school boys fall in love with each other and start making out all suddenly. And then on top of that, then he goes into town and starts making all the townspeople gay as well. This causes a panic, and it's an interesting story because of that. In addition, this is a semi-musical. There are like 4 or 5 songs that happen in the movie, so that's kind of interesting. If you guys like it, go check it out. Second, we have Will and Grace. Will and Grace was like one of the most prominent TV shows for gay people. It started back in 1998, and it's about Will and Grace, obviously a gay man and his best friend. They knew each other in college, they dated, and then Will came out, and then Grace was like, okay, let's just be friends. And they were friends ever since. And this is a comedy show that was really funny. It was about these two and their kind of addictive friendship where they really never wanted to be separated. And it was one of those relationships, right? Seeing each other every day, practically going to the bathroom together type of relationship. In addition, they had 2 other characters, Jack and Karen, who were absolutely hilarious, and it's just a funny show, so go check it out if you can. Third, we have 3 installments instead of 1. This is a kind of like group installment because I wanted to just talk about all 3 of these shows together and what they really meant for LGBT people. We have Queer as Folk, The L Word, and Noah's Ark. Queer as Folk being like the gay TV show, not like Will and Grace where it was comedy and like fun time, but it really was a drama that focused on gay issues, AIDS, gay marriage, adoption, things like that. The L Word is basically the lesbian version of Queer as Folk, where it focused on lesbian women and their lives. And then third was Noah's Ark, which was black gay men. So, because let's be honest, Queer as Folk was whitewashed as all hell. So Noah's Ark is about gay black men, black gay men, and that's really cool. So go check that out if you guys want. Third, we have, oddly, the only BL story on this list, which makes me think that I will probably do this list again sometime in the future, and I will make sure to add in BL. Heroin/Addicted, which is a Chinese web series. If you guys don't know, I've been reviewing this show on this channel and on my blog for the past month now, every Wednesday for this month. It is a Chinese web series about 2 high school boys who fall in love, Lu Yin and Gu Hai. Their parents are getting married, yet they don't know that. They end up in the same school, in the same classroom, and they're pranking each other, hating each other, that kind of rivalry. They end up becoming friends, and then they slowly end up becoming a couple. There's a lot going on with this show. There's the whole rich versus poor, there's the whole parent versus son, there is the whole, is this like the slow build, slow burn relationship thing. It's a good show. Next we have Across the Universe. Across the Universe is an interesting movie It is a Beatles movie musical. So if you like the Beatles, you'll hopefully like this movie. It's basically a tribute to the Beatles and the 60s. It's a movie about the 60s, from the civil rights movement to the drugs of the 60s, hippies, the Vietnam War, all that pushed into one movie. So it's kind of trippy. It's about a British guy from Liverpool who moves to the US, makes a bunch of friends, and goes through all that 60s stuff. Particularly in this movie, there's a character named Prudence, an Asian woman who comes out as a lesbian, and then she goes through the process of acceptance and finding love within herself and outwards too. So it's a good movie. Go check that out. Movie musical, once again. Great musical, great music. Little trippy in the story-wise, but just go check it out. Patrik, age 1.5, is a Swedish film. It is about two gay men who are so happy and in love that they want to adopt. So they adopt what they think is a 1-year-old baby, and it turns out Patrik is actually 15 and not 1.5. And so they have to deal with raising this violent, negative, rude, moody teenager. And then this causes problems within their relationship and marriage. And this movie is really a comedy drama, a dramedy that really tries to focus on the idea of two gay men raising a child and building a family in that. Next is a movie that I've recently watched and reviewed on the blog, Reaching for the Moon. It's actually based off of a true story. Pulitzer Prize winning American woman moves to Brazil to see a college friend and ends up staying there for basically the rest of her life because she falls in love with this Brazilian architect, and the two women have this kind of like strong lesbian relationship and build. But in addition to that, there is a third aspect. The college best friend ends up being a part of that relationship, so it ends up being this kind of polyamorous relationship, but it's not so much like a, it's not a three-person relationship. It's interesting, and it's not something I usually see, so I found it just something interesting to watch. A Brazilian film, go check it out, Reaching for the Moon. Next we have The Curiosity of Chance. It's about an American boy whose family goes abroad because he's a military brat, and he ends up going to an international school in an unknown European country. And he goes through the whole process of being gay and feeling awkward in his life, so he wears a big top hat and tie and everything, just to kind of seem weird for that and not seem weird for being gay. And it goes through this process of him finding acceptance in himself and branching out. Next we have To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, which I normally just shorten to To Wong Foo. It is actually a movie about 3 drag queens driving across the country in America, trying to get from New York City to LA, I believe. The car breaks down in this random middle of nowhere town, and they end up like sprucing it up. There was even this joke in the middle to near end of the movie where they were like, all you need in a magical turnaround fairy tale is a bunch of fairies, and they were dressed up in red, green, and blue like the fairies from the Sleeping Beauty movie. This is a fun movie. It is great with 3 wonderful queer characters. Fun fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays one of the drag queens, and then after making this movie he had to do a bunch of like really macho movies just to make sure people didn't think he was gay or anything. But it's a fun movie. It's back in the 90s, so if you guys aren't really cool with older movies, you might not like it, but 90s isn't that old, and it really is a good movie, so go check it out, please. Go check it out. Next, we have my favorite movie / musical of all time. Guys, I could probably talk about this story for a good hour in itself. Yes, we are talking about Rent. Rent is a movie / musical. It was a musical first that ended up being a movie back in 2005 with most of the original cast except for like 2 members. It is a story about a bunch of friends, a circle of friends who go through the 80s together in their bohemian lives, going through the AIDS scare that affected the gay community so much, and it is just a lively musical about just being artistic and living your life to its fullest extent. I love this musical so much, deep down to my heart, to my core, to the point that I jokingly would put like lyrics on my tombstone the day I die. I love this musical with all my heart. I can't say anything else other than that because I am so biased. It is a great movie. please go check it out. You can find it on Netflix, you can find it probably on Hulu, you can probably find it all over the internet. Go. All over YouTube. You can find it all over YouTube. Just go watch it. Go. But that is it for my top 10 LGBT/BL movies. Yes, I know there actually were not a lot of BL on that list. There was only one, actually. I plan to, once again, have another list sometime in the future, maybe 2 or 3 years from now when I have more followers. But right now, I just wanted to share this with you guys, with you humble 20-something people that actually follow me, and I wanted to share that list. So let me know down in the comments below, what is your list? What are your top 10s? Have you seen any of the movies that I listed on my top 10? And if not, go check it out. And then when you say yours, I'll check yours out. And we'll share and talk about all of that. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. And like, comment, subscribe. Of course, if you like this video, like it. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. All that. I hope you guys are doing well. And let's get talking. Bye.